Yeah, no, it's like a French press thing. You put the grinds in there, you put the hot water, and presses it down. You know.
Remind me next time we'll bring the hot plate and the coffee pot, make black coffee. I got my mother's original ones. They're probably 50, 60 years old, maybe more.
The old-time special pots.
The demi-tasse pot.
The ones you never wash. You got to leave them black.
Yeah, you just rinse them out.
Yeah.
That's it.
So listen, every time I come here, I don't know what to expect. There's always like things around. You know what I mean? So today, I turned to my left. We got, what do you call those things? The labubus?
Yeah, it's a labubu. The technical term, it's the devil's pet.
The what?
Devil's pet.
The devil's pet.
Yeah.
And the next to him is, the labubu, it's a girl or a...
It's whatever you want it to be.
I don't want it to be anything. I don't even know if I want it to be here.
You just want it to protect you from undesirables.
And then I don't even know what there's a teddy bear next to it.
I don't even want to make the joke about it.
No, go ahead. Go right ahead. What kind of teddy bear is that? It's got a Hard Rock shirt on.
Is that Vito the bear?
Vito?
Yeah.
I don't think his
it's
name
like
is
Vito from The Sopranos.
Oh, that scene with when he was in the club.
Yeah, he's dancing in the club with the hat.
He's got the same outfit on.
Yeah.
That could be Johnny Amato.
It might be. You never know. They say, that's where The Sopranos got the idea from.
Yeah.
Was from all that.
Yeah.
Because there was an A&E special about it a long time ago, before The Sopranos came out. So the information was definitely out there. In fact, that's how my sons found out about my brother. It was on TV, and they're like, that guy looks familiar. And then they're going, but his name's the same name as ours. He's like, we were like related.
Yeah, it's Uncle Anthony.
It's Uncle Anthony, yeah. But, I left New York in my own self-imposed...
You had your own program.
Yeah, I just did my own program. I just left on my own. I retired, and I packed up, licked my wounds, and left the city because I just got tired and burnt out on it.
We should call this episode Caught the Move.
Right, absolutely. That's how I ended up in Texas, northeast Texas area, Arkansas, not far from Hot Springs, which if you're a little historian, that's like where Lucky and them used to go on the lam and hide out in Hot Springs, Arkansas.
So I told you I was going to tell you about when you talked about Oklahoma. Not to get into the whole thing, but...
I have a definite warm spot, special place in my heart for Oklahoma.
In my travels in the program, I stopped in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've been to a bunch of other states before when you're in the program, right? I'm thinking Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is back in 2000, 2001. I'm thinking, middle of nowhere, and it was just starting up. You're thinking you never come out of New York and you hear these places like Oklahoma, Arkansas, you think you're going to go crazy. I remember the minute I got off the plane and I started driving around, how beautiful it was. I mean, they had these main streets, Memorial Drive, Yale Drive, I forget the other one. There was 3 or 4 main drags, right? And everything was meticulous. It was really well kept, a real pretty town, Tulsa. Small town.
Yeah, that was in the 90s, right?
Yeah, late 90s, early 2000s, right? You talk about the women, beautiful. The people were all nice. I mean, sure, they're talking shit behind your back, It's like that,
right, it's
that southern...
right, they're polite and smile at you until you turn around.
I remember I was sitting down in, not to get into the Toby Keith thing, but I was sitting down in Tunica, Mississippi.
Yeah, outside of Memphis.
So yeah, outside of Memphis on Beale Street, right?
That's where the casinos are.
Yeah, so the point I'm trying to make is I was sitting down with a bunch of guys that were from the South, Deep South, New Orleans, Memphis, Arkansas, all that stuff, right?
Oh, yeah, Alabama, Mississippi.
And everybody's sitting at the table. Everybody's getting along, from what I could see. Very hospitable, Hospitality was off the hook. Could get you anything, and all the hospitality was great. The minute the first guy got off the table, they start ripping him to shreds, knocking the guy left and right. But before they did it, they would say, bless his heart. So it gave them an okay to do it.
That's don't take this the wrong way, but
Same thing. Like
we all have our own versions of some. Don't take this the wrong way, but once you hear the but, it's coming.
So there's about maybe 10 guys at the table. Right? I didn't want to get up to go to the bathroom because everybody that left, right, whoever was left at the table, ripped him to shreds. Bless his heart, and then here we go. Like they got a pass from whatever. Right. What I'm saying is, Oklahoma was the same way. Not all of Oklahoma, but Tulsa was the same way. Kind of like the smile on your face. I'm not saying everybody was like that, but you could tell, I was fish out of water. The way I talked, the way I carried myself. Oh, yeah. They could tell I was not from there.
You're on another planet.
Yeah, I'm like an alien. The girls love you. You're like a magnet because you're different. Mm-hmm. The guys, they want to shoot you.
Yeah. Because they know the girls are chasing you because you sound like the guy in the movie or you sound like the guy on the TV. And
so I have more girls than I can handle.
Then you get the bad boy factor.
They didn't know about that. I had more girls than I could handle. The town was clean, nice. There were some good restaurants I found. The first thing you're looking for is like, where's the best pizzeria?
Right.
Where's the best deli? It wasn't New York, but it was palatable back then, The only thing you had to deal with was the tornadoes. You'd be driving in your car, and they got these tornado covers where you could go for shelter. So people, like when tornadoes were coming, it would go over the news, like breaking like a weather alert, and people jumping out of their cars and going in these tornado shelters. Tulsa. Think back, I must have lived out there for about a year. Then from there, I came to Arizona. I look at this Tulsa King today. I just laugh my ass off. Because I'm saying, what a coincidence how they do a show. Oh, here it is, right? How they do a show and they pick Tulsa. I'm not saying because of me.
Right.
Just the whole
it's just coincidence, yeah.
But here's what I want to bring up to the present day with our buddy Stallone. So since I started this podcast, you get a lot of, what's called the infamous trolls, okay? And one of them we found and I had a really... It's not my style to, like I said, it's not a hate channel. And I'm not here to bash people because I got a microphone, but it's a factual channel. And I had to just state the facts that this guy, this troll lives in Staten Island and he's doing this stuff and give like a nice warning that, if you're disrespectful, we're going to find out who you are, where you are, and we're going to expose you. All of a sudden, I was getting trolled by Frank Stallone. I don't know if you want to pull a picture up of him. Like Sylvester Stallone's brother, right?
The Frank Stallone, his brother, the musician guy.
Right, but in the beginning, I didn't think it was really him. You understand? I just thought somebody was just using his name because that happens a lot too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of catfishing going on this online stuff.
As you call it, catfishing?
Well, catfishing, telephone tough guy, keyboard warriors.
Frank Stallone started messaging, leaving comments on Instagram, my Instagram page, TikTok page, and my Facebook page. I'm saying somebody's got to be using this guy's name. Oh, here he is, my new bestie. Everybody knows who he is.
Well, yeah, his brother is. Was he older or younger? I don't know.
He kept commenting, right? And kind of disrespectful comments. So I said, let me find out. So we got this guy on our staff, ex Microsoft guy. I says, look into it. I want to make sure it's
legit.
And he came back to me. He said, Frank, it really is Frank Stallone. I mean, out of nowhere, So what I did was I made a sly comment back, no pun intended, right? I made a sly comment back. I says, well, he tried to bash guys like me and us that we are not a good look for the Italian-American people. So I said, well, you think you're better than everybody else because you're Rocky's brother? And he didn't like that. But a lot of people found it funny. Make a long story short, we have a mutual friend. So happened.
Coincidentally?
Coincidentally. I don't even know. So I have a very dear friend of mine out here that you know as well, who is friends with him for about 15 years. Calls him on the phone and pretty much tells him, what are you doing? I guess he was rambling on, wasn't even making sense. So we thought that ended it. The next day, here he goes again. He pops up again. So what I did was I sent him a message and I said, look, if you got something personal with me, I welcome you out here to Arizona to come tell me to my face. Or I'll come see you. Well, I can't come see him right now because I'm on supervised release. I can't
travel. As we all know, yes, you're tied up for the foreseeable future.
Another 10 months. I want to make it real clear to him if he watches this, okay? I got nothing personal with him. Obviously, he might have something personal with me. I can't figure out what it could be. But if he does have anything to say to my face, well, I want to invite him out here. So we'll invite him out, and if he wants to come on the show, let him come on the show.
I don't know.
I'd love to have him.
Maybe feels that way because his brother didn't put him on the show that plays a character that resembles you.
Nah, I don't think that.
Who knows? Nah. Who cares? I've learned
think so.
As I've gotten older, I really don't listen. I tune it all out.
Remember Saturday Night Live when that Norm Macdonald they were doing skits on him every week?
Yeah.
Remember that? Stallone called up Sylvester and said, hey, do me a favor and stop. And Norm Macdonald did, you know. I'm going to say Frank Stallone's one of my favorite musicians now.
You're a fan?
Uno, shout out to my Usos, killing bills like Uma. Balls travel from Pluto, big truck soprano, gabagool and prosciutto, kicking ill like judo, judge and jury like Judy. Hoes think they knew me, flows flow through me. Nike gray hoodie, contemplating money, bees swarming like